All right, good morning. Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Hope you're having a good day. Today is Thursday, April 26th, 2018. It's last Thursday of April, and we are looking at the crude oil futures market, current contract being June. And so it would be CL, depending upon your nomenclature, it's either the 9 before the M or the M before the 9. So CLM9 or CL9M, depending upon how you look at it. The month, that's kind of an interesting topic to talk about for a second. Um, commodity month codes. So if you know your contract symbol, in this case crude oil, by the way, I got this, it's CME group, just commodity month codes. So if you know, I'm minimizing this so that we can keep our eyes on the current market. But anyway, so if you know your futures contract abbreviation, in this case crude oil is CL, um, and you know the year that you're trading in, I think I might have said 9, it should be 8. So 8 is 18. So 2018, 8 in the end, and you're at, that stays the same for the year. And you're always trading the future, so that's why we're trading June, although we're not in June. We'll roll off of June in mid-May and move into July, which would be N. And now you can say, who decided that January has an F, right? And February has a G, and March is an H. March kind of makes a little bit of sense because at least there's an H in March. But April, where's the J in April? Where's the K in May? Where's the M in June? Where's the N in July, although there was an N in June? Where's the Q in August? Where is the U in September? Where's the V in October? Where is the X in November? And where is the Z in December? Obviously, none of that makes sense. The only thing that you can make sense of the alphabet code is it starts at F and it goes to Z. So there's 12 months in a year, depending upon the contract. For instance, if you were looking at the ES contract, you would notice that it only has 4 months that it has, and it only rolls every 3 months. So there's a March contract, there's a June contract, there's a September contract, and there is a December contract. So there's 4 contracts in ES. The bonds have 12 months, I believe, if I remember correctly, or 4, one or the other. Currencies, 4 main months, but the crude oil comes off every month. That's how active the contract is, and that is a barometer of how active the price of something is on a commodity, I would assume. So that's really not information that you need to know, but one of the things that you kind of should keep in the back of your mind, sometimes people refer to, in this case, it could be, let me get my screen draw tool out. So CL is your contract code, M is the month we're trading, and we're in 8. Now you might see it represented like that, CLM8, or you might see it represented CL8M, depending upon the company that you're with. That's usually the two informations. Now I'm not going to get into the option of the future, but the option's a completely different ball of wax, an animal, and a monkey that I don't want to take on. So let's just concentrate on what a future contract looks like. And in this case, the futures, and the CL is the code, or the futures code. Here's your month, and this is your year. And they can change over the year and the month. Like for instance, if you think about today's date in America, we do it this way, right? 4/26/18, and then the European Union and across the pond and the water, you see it represented like this. It's the same information, it's just that they've moved the month and the day over, right? Still the same information, it's just the month and the day has been switched. In this case, the month and the year has been switched. So it's kind of the same basic logic in that case. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about the futures and how things, there was a question about months and what contract you're trading, and in my overnight, some of the people that are newer, obviously, that might be new to futures and so forth. All right, so CME Group, this is a great website to go to, cmegroup.com. I believe it's a .com, yeah, cmegroup.com. It's a main website of the CME, where you can read all to your heart's content. You can find out, what markets you want to trade. You got education, so trading, featured products, WTI crude oil. So you can look at the, where the market is on the June contract, the options, and so forth and so on. This is usually a delayed feed. So there's contract specs. That's something that you should be familiar with right here. What is a futures contract? One contract unit, you're controlling 1,000 barrels. So you are trading, so if you think about it in a contract situation, and currently you're controlling, what, about 68,000, 6860, so it's 6860 times 1,000. So you're controlling $68,600 worth of futures when you trade just one contract. And you can say that you're trading $1 million by what? Trading about 686,000. Looks about maybe about 15 or 16 contracts. You're trading. You'd be trading around $1 million worth of movement in the futures. So that lets you see. So the 1,000, the 6860 divided by 1,000 gets you the $68.63-64 that we're trading right now, right? So that's how much a barrel of oil at this point on the futures market is costing per barrel, so US dollars and cents per barrel, and you're controlling 1,000 barrels. So as you buy the futures, and it talks about the hours, the clearing, what the minimum price fluctuation is, 0.1 cent, and so forth and so on. All right, so one of the things I'm going to try to do this morning is the highest volume bar that we have on the charts right now is blue. It came in at 624 right here. And you can see that we made a topping pattern up here, so that's kind of what I want to keep kind of my eye on a little bit up here as we open up into the US market open at the 8 o'clock mark. And I want to see if we have any high volume spikes that come in here to give us a reason to want to get into a trade. This is historically what I'd like to do, is set up I think that we might sell off quickly in the morning, or we might go up. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. If you look at where prices are right now, I would assume that what we're going to do is go up for a little bit and go retest this up here. So maybe come down a little bit and then go back up here to retest. But right now we got a question mark on which way to go. So I want to see what volume has to tell me right now and wait. So about 3 minutes outside of the, looks like we're 7:57, we're about 3 minutes outside of the open outcry of, it's an interesting situation. Let's go back to the CME group. It's an overnight type of thing now. Oh, agriculture. That's why I'm not seeing it. Crude oil financial futures. So this used to read back in the day the starting hours of 9 or 8 a.m. In this case it's Eastern time. Now it just shows you the Globex, the pre-open, the weekday, the open outcry that's no longer listed. This is where it used to list open outcry. When I talk about the open outcry, I talk about a concept that is no longer shown at the CME group or any futures, since it's pretty much an overnight 24-hour market now. Now we're trading between R1 and R2 right now. Alright, so when I see something I want to trade, I'll come back. So what I'm looking for now is a volume at least over 1,000 to get me excited, at least just a little bit, to want to even look at the market. Try to stay away from some of the gunk. Now I kind of like the short underneath this level right here, around the 55 mark, so I want to measure that for now. Today currently GAN signal on the up 69.30, on the down 66.78. I'm kind of hesitant to take a short on when we're trading above the R1 level, especially knowing my past right now of taking on trades counter trend of the movement above an R1 level. Now a 1p down move from that open, from that entry point, would make 33. I'm still in the first 5 minutes of what used to be the former open outcry 2. Be back. Alright, so let's look at the first 5 minutes of trading now and see what we see. First 5 minutes we have it. Let's see how, yeah, we have one bar that's over 1,000 right there, 1,011. And it ends up being the highest red bar volume now, coming in at 8 a.m. Looks like an opening long trade right now. We want to be above that level right there to go long. It's around the 55 mark. Take on a long. And trading towards the direction of the trend since we're above R1. Trying to implement some of the stuff that I've learned. Now highest volume bar is blue. But we haven't had a blue bar volume since the 630 bar, and I would say that's already been played out. Look at, I'm trying not to take on a short above the R1. Alright, so it physically went down 1p so far. Want to remove my long signal. That's not above 1000, it's 939. So I'm going to pause here and wait for us to see something that I think that I can trade. Okay, so we got a GAN signal on the charts here.
It was here.
To be able to shoot up.
Catch my breath.
Puts us into that zone.
My heart was skipping beats.
I went to the ER. They said I had AFib.
AFib? What's AFib?
I knew that meant I was at a greater risk of stroke.
I needed answers.
Once I got the facts, my doctor and I chose Xarelto.
Xarelto. To help keep me protected. Are you waiting on a lightning strike? Are you waiting for the perfect night? Are you waiting till the time is right? What are you waiting for? Don't you want to learn to deal with fear? Don't you want to take the wheel and steer? Don't you wait another minute? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting
So what I'm seeing is we got a fourth time through possibility right in the zone. So you got across the charts listed since 741. Here's like 1, 2, 3 right in here, and this would mark 4 to shoot up. Interesting that a 7p move from there would bring it to $70 a barrel at 49. Okay, we're going to attempt a long at 44. This holds right here. That'll be our stop. This 39 right here. If this doesn't work out, we'll wait for another 1,000 bar to print. I'm taking this on because we've got a GAN signal. Expecting it to shoot up here quickly. It's not really doing that though yet. See how it plays out.
Are you waiting for the right excuse? Are you waiting for a sign to choose? Are you waiting if the time? What are you waiting for? Don't you wanna stretch your legs and fly? Don't you really wanna live your life? Don't you wanna love before you die? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Got it, Tell me what you waiting for. Tell me what you waiting for. Show me what you're waiting for. What you gonna stand for? What you gonna stand for? What you really waiting for? What you really waiting for? Tell me what you waiting for. Tell me what you waiting for. Show me what you're waiting for. Show me what you're waiting for. What you gonna stand for? What you gonna stand for? What you really waiting for? What you everybody's gonna make mistakes, but everybody's got a choice to make. Everybody needs a leap of faith. Where are you taking yours? What are you waiting for?
So my target should be really close to $70 a barrel right now. 69.95. So us running the gauntlet today. The gauntlet being 69.55 up there. We will see. All right, a 1p up move from our entry point is 66, 68, 66, right in here. It's our break-even mark. A 3p up move today, if we can get it, from entry point is 69.09. So pull it through R2. And where is R3 is listing on this charts at 69.49. And there's our high. And there's our target. Okay, run out, see what we can see from now. Pausing. Alright, I decided that this is the 5-minute area. Only got knocked out by one tick. Alright, so once again 68, 66. $151 ticks from there brings us to 69.95. Blues have not reached over 1,000. Now if we were going long above, this is the long area up here. Let's measure. So 54. So 44 would be a stop on that. I'm trying little things a little bit different, trying to use Joe Ross concept called a TTE to get in a little bit earlier on a long, but also find a point that I want to be in a long, and moving to obviously break even quicker if the market doesn't want to do what I think it wants to do. So there it goes, it went down. So that was 2 attempts at that level. So what I want to do is clear out everything that I've put on the charts except maybe the 8 o'clock mark and our old opening 1000, and just see what we got going on here. And what I want to wait now is for another 1000 bar to print. So I'm going to pause the video until I see 1000 bar. I'm going to try to stay out of the market that's not doing things that I don't expect it to do. We sitting down -2 right now. Probably would be about -5, -6 without the positive slippage. So still doing better after 2 trades that didn't want to break out. So what I'm going to do is stand aside until I see a high volume spike bar that I want to get or start thinking about again. I'll be back when I see it. One thing I want to mention here about the new way I'm trying to take on the long is that could have easily only been 1 trade right there at like +2, +3, or +1. If I would have, I'm still trying to figure out where I want to put my stop on. And obviously what I should have done in the original trade is put it underneath the 5-minute mark of from 8 to 8:05 and use that as that was natural support right there. So that would have been smart to use that time instead of 39, 38. I got it at 38 and it filled me at 39, so got positive slippage again. Which you'll get positive slippage in the combine and in FTP because it is simulated. Now you won't see that in your real account, obviously, but you know, if you can take advantage of that situation a little bit, it can keep you in the game a little bit longer. So anyway, long story short, I'm waiting on, that could have easily only been a 1 trade right there between instead of 2. So I'm going to say I had 1 trade right now, and we'll see what we can find now. Again, standing aside until I see something that's worthy of my attention. Be back. So my overall goal right now is to be a better long side trader. Now, the obvious short that I see here is something I'm trying to steer away from, especially as it relates to trading above the R1 mark early, until I would see volume figures that would show me that the move would be necessarily done going up. So I'm hoping, now we're trading in between R1 and pivot, for instance, and my inclination is that we could be in a short environment, but I want to stay away from any bias right now. So I'm trying to force the market's hand right now to force a high volume spike bar before I make any more trading decisions. So and then go from there. Alright, that's all I want to say at this point. If I have anything else that I want to add, I'll unpause. Right now, currently, we're trading at 837. So recognize that yesterday during our session was a grinded out whipsaw type of day. So we might see, the movement might have already happened, going up, and we're heading back down for a while. We just don't know. Volume, oh, that's not what I want to talk about. Highest volume bars that we see on the chart so far. Highest volume bar on the blue side, 2560 at 624, and highest volume on the red side, 1011 at 8 a.m. So far that's the highest volume bars that we've seen so far in the session. So kind of want to see where we go from here, make up my mind. Be back. Alright, so we finally saw a high volume spike bar on the red side, 2578. Actually ends up being highest volume bar on the red side now. Coming in at 849. And I was extremely tempted to short right here at 37. Market has made a 2p down move from original entry point would have been, if you would have been up early enough, 68.68. Got a long signal here at 34. $33, based upon highest volume bar being red now. Let's measure that bar though. It's going to be long above this line right here. The air to here be 29 to long. Leaving? Have a good day. Thank you, babe. 68.29, initial 1p target be 51. My bias is to be long since we're trading above the, well, close to the R1 mark. And a 3p move right now would bring it in at 68.94 to run the R2. Don't want to be on 20. 2p up move if we can get it. Brings the market to 68.72. It brings it into the high of session. Using this volume bar to get long because we're trading above R1 or trading close to R1. We'll see what happens.
So much I begged you to fly it. You must have broke down because you finally said that you understand. But now that you're here, I just feel like I'm constantly dreaming. Something's gotta go wrong because I'm feeling way too damn good. It's like every time I turn around, I fall in love with my own face down and when I'm just wishing. This time it's like two of us who promised to come back. Something gotta go wrong because I'm feeling way too damn good.
That last low went to 22, moved to 21. Trying to be wiser and smarter, but who knows? Seven P up move brings us to 69.80, so I'm holding that. Let's see what it says. It goes 69.79. Gann signal is 69.30 today. One P up move is that 51 mark. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to wait. Can anything work out? Lots of research, lots and lots of screen time, trying to solve my long dilemma. Everybody says that life takes patience. Nobody wants to wait. Down to 21 there. Starting to trust these lines a lot more. Literally, if I would follow and keep it underneath a certain level, I'd only have physically 2 trades right now. I wouldn't have been stopped out there. Very interesting. Now if this hits me here, then I'm double down. Once again, learning to long above, short below type of thing. Start to trust what I see. Alright, this is going to be the end of part 1 right here. Alright, so I'm back. So if it would have run me out originally at 19, then I would only be down. This would have only been the second trade here. So let's keep that in mind. And this will be a failure mark. $66.78 is the GAN signal down. Come off of that 10 ticks. Call it 89. So this is a failure bar underneath. That's what I'm looking at right now. This literally would have been trade 3. Now I should be down about 9-10 ticks right now. Next down target from an original entry short with 68.68 is 68.03. Underneath 68.03 is 67.82. Then 67.60. All right, it's lock and loaded. Let's see what happens. Gotta trust my signals better. That's gonna take time. And who knows, maybe even another combine. Maybe just one more trading day to start trusting what I see. Pivot is at 6777 today. Yes, it's love in the third degree. Ooh, baby, baby. Getting violent in here. Lots of activity, exchanging hands. So what was the original entry point? If you could have caught it, it would have been to be short up here from 68.68. So that's the original short. And the 3P down move from this mark is 68.03. So obviously I'm hoping that we go a lot lower and to pivot and underneath. So I'm looking for the market to give up the ghost and head on down for a while. Come on, Dave, give me a break. One break coming up. There's 68.03 and through. That's a 3P move from the 68.08 mark. Let's lower our loss at least. Go to the bottom of the band. We saw a couple red bars kicking in there. Next target down, 82. Then 60. If we can get down in this range, then S1 is definitely within range. I'm hunting for the GAN signal. I always like to have a target, and I'll take a lot less than this, but that's the target, the GAN. Next target that I'll move up to around the 67.21, which corresponds with 67.17. I'm kind of like that 6695 right now, so that's what I'm going to be adjusting for right now, 66.95. Alright, that does at least give us the point to get to break even here. Alright, we touched the low. Lowest session again is 67.96 right there. See if we can break through it. How far can we break through? Make up a little bit of our loss here. In case that low wants to hold. Little guitars? No way. I haven't heard this forever. Little Van Halen in the background. So I'm not monetized anymore. Screw YouTube. Play whatever I want. So we broke the low by how many ticks there? 6, 7? 7. It's like, where do we not want to see the market get to? Let's say 13 right now. We want to go underneath that 89. Damn, everything we do, man, has been wrong today. Fuck me, man. Just like every damn thing. There's no volume to speak of for that move and it going up. Made it to 16. I'm trying to stay away from going long here. Just because it ran me out doesn't mean that it's going to go up. I'm only down 14 ticks right now. It's not a big difference. I've been trading now almost an hour and a half. And this could easily be a break-even day for me right now. Made it back to 18. Short below, long above right now. That's our targets up here. Let's see what we see. Obviously, I wanted it to break down here to at least the pivot point, and it stopped in front of that by about what, 12 ticks or so in front of the pivot. Now, if we do look, we see one point here that's kind of showing up. On the 15-minute candlestick, see the 200 bar holding right there currently. So we've been down this whole time, made a new low on the dailies, and now market's trying to head back up here.
I know how to make people look great in their clothing, but I do not know how to build a website. WordPress.com helps me get.
So what was the significance of this mark here and a low? Got to put that into the I don't know category. I mean, divergence wasn't showing anything. Nothing. As a technical trader, there was nothing at this point right here outside of us crossing back over the 200 bar on the 15-minute chart located at 6809. So right around here was where you see something. To me, this just looks like a retracement to go short again underneath. Short below, long above. So what I'm looking at right now is for us to complete a triangle. So let's get that target. Our target now is going to be 67.21. We're coming up, call it 67.17. Oh, it's so damn easy. push come to shove.
With Hewlett-Packard Enterprise compute power, AI beat the world's best players at the world's hardest game, poker.
All that was done on no volume. Wait for her. Wait, wait, wait. $67.21 again. All flavors and push-ups too. Be your regular style. Man, look at this crap. Ugh. So last low went to 6801, 6800 level, it looks like. 6801. And it looks like it's setting up a base. And our 200 bar line still holding on the 15-minute chart. $69.30 is our target on the up. Our GAN signal is 69.30 today.
But you don't got to hurry to your time. What you need is opportunity when you get it tonight. But it's got feelings on your mind. Could this be magic? Or could this be love? Could this be tragic? You know that magic on me. And I see those wishes to follow on. Let us say when I enter the club. with someone's daughter. Better save the women and children cry. I hear music on the land, baby, man, it's laughing in the air. Be your voters coming in. Yeah, you back there for the time, you got your head right. There's a polling out tonight, baby, let's begin. She said, this be magic, this be right. And I said, this is tragic, you know that magic on the time. That's no wishes, the one, the water. Better say, plant your flag. Sail away with someone's daughter. Better say, plant your flag.
6850 is first target up. Three P target, if we can get it finally today. 6893. Market wants to run. Now's a good time. The 2P target, if we can get it, 6871. Damn, every up move has been followed with this crap. This will be end of part 2. Alright, back. No breakout, no nothing. Just continued losing. Morning range right there at 38. See if we can break it. Well, let's see what happens. Either wants to go up or it doesn't. I'm going to give up on this trading day. 69.30 is our target. One P target going up from entry 68.44 now. The 2P 68.65. And the 3, if we can get it, 68.87. But I want 69.30, so that's what I'm looking for. That's our GAN number today, magic number if you can run it. We got a little bit of room to run today. Might as well not take a loss now. We'll hold 26, one tick underneath our buy zone. Goes there, then knocks me out. It knocks me out. I'm going to shut down my computer system. I'm not going to worry about anymore. I'll be down minus 26 on the day, and in an area that definitely did not trend today. So I think that that's a win. And I kept my losses under 30 ticks, so that's a win too. If it can shoot out of the rocket, man, we'll be in a good position. It's going to be close. It gets above that 38 mark, we got a good chance of winning this day. Didn't want to go. So we took less of a loss there than we would have normally. So, at least normally that I trade. I stayed in the game an awful lot longer today. In a market that, frankly, is pretty frickin' ugly. Probably, hindsight's always a better teacher than anything. But here is the open right up here at 8. We traded down from the 68.68. It went 3p down, but I wasn't trading at that point. Doji bar right up there too at 10.09, by the way. It's about sometimes when you give up on a trade, then it does its business. It seems to, I don't know what it is about that. It's like you finally throw in the towel and then the market does what it was going to do anyway. And I think there's something to be said about that. There's a lot of frustrated traders at this point in time, me with a lot of others, and then the market goes and does what it wants to do. It's like it waits around for a while and then it does what it's going to do anyway. I don't want to lose any more money today. I'm going to keep my losses at 26. So I stay at 29,703 on day one. This is a better all-around trading day for me. And I didn't limit myself to, I tried even a 2-contract trade there at the end because I looked at that 28 level being a very, if we broke down through it again, it was the 4th time, by the way, that we went up. And if you would count how many times that we were there, there's 1, 2, let's get rid of that line, we don't need it. It was the 4th time that we were there. That's why I added that 2nd contract. 1, 2, 3, here's the 4th time. This is where I added. And I got out. So this was the time, honestly, that was 3. If it was going to shoot up, that was the time that it should have shot up. And it stopped. So it got as high as the open and stopped. I don't know what it's going to do, nor do I care anymore. I'm just going to let it do its own damn thing. I mean, I care, obviously. I wish that I could have caught it. But after being at this damn thing for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, 8 to 10:30, what I see is a whole bunch of nothing. And right now I'm afraid any trade I take would be a loser. I don't believe in the short, I don't believe in the long. Market always goes lower than you think it will, and it'll go higher than you think it will when you're in a trade against whatever that trade is. Obviously, a point of control that I picked out was in between this 21 to 27, and that was all based off of this high volume bar spike that came in the market here. And I used this bar here because that was the bar that we were looking at the time. I suppose we could have come down to 20 as opposed to 21, and we could have moved up to 31, so we could have moved that line a little bit from 20 to 31, but still it would have rocked us out several different times. It just didn't have the strength at time of trade to do any damage to make any good trading decisions. And what we're seeing is a whole bunch of nothing today. It's getting my ass kicked, and I don't feel like losing any more money. So I'm going to stop this video here. I feel like I survived the day that's non-trending a little bit better, and I hope tomorrow that I'll catch something. See you later.